Hello and welcome to the East Lampeter Township Public Meeting. All participants are now informed that this meeting is being recorded. This meeting is also being offered virtually utilizing Zoom, which is a cloud-based platform for remote video and audio conferencing. The Zoom application is free to the public. The general public is therefore able to join the meeting by connection through the internet or by calling in by phone. The public is also able to observe the meeting on the Township's YouTube channel. Please continue to check the Township website calendar for any updates related to these public meetings. Agendas for these public meetings will also be available on the Township's website. Please be reminded that this meeting is being video and audio recorded and will be posted to the Township's YouTube channel for viewing. The meeting will now proceed with the chairman calling the meeting to order and identifying all other members present in the meeting room and those joining the meeting via Zoom. The chairman will then confirm those members joining by Zoom can be heard.
Good evening. Welcome to the October 2nd, 2023 meeting of the East Lampeter Industrial Commercial Development Authority. Call the meeting to order. I'm joined by Glenn Everly, Sean Blowers, Roger Rutt, and joining remotely is Mr. Corey Meyer. Can you hear us, Mr. Meyer?
I sure can. Thank you.
All right. If you will rise and join me in saying the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there any public comment or anything over the internet? No, we'll move on to the consent agenda. We've got the approval of the October 2nd meeting agenda, the approval of the July 17th regular meeting minutes.
That we approve the consent agenda.
Flowers, second by Mr. Rutt. Call the question, Glenn. John.
Aye.
Roger. Aye. Corey.
Aye.
Your vote's aye. Thank you very much. Next, we have old and unfinished business. Number 5A, branding, gateway features, and wayfinding. Ralph, do you want to give us an update on that?
Sure. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot to update or is different from your meeting in July. Branding effort has been done for a while, and we are working to get everybody used to calling it Lincoln Highway East Lancaster or not anything else. Gateway features, the one on the west side is still part of the design process for the Western Gateway project, so we expect that to through on the east side. We still need to make contact with the property owner out there and see if there'd be a willingness to work with us on a location on that side. The wayfinding, still need to get back to PennDOT with our plans and get that finalized with them so that we can get those signs out to bid. Yeah, haven't done much on that recently.
Any comments or questions on 5A?
Just how do you see it fitting into workload over the next 6 months? You see it?
Well, we are in the budget season now, and that does consume quite a bit of time as well. So, we will do our best to fit it in. The person we want to talk to out there is a farmer. So, harvest season would have been a tough time to try to get to them anyway. So hopefully over the winter months, they might have a little more availability and we can make sure that we get out there and have a chance to speak with them.
Nice to at least see the Lincoln Highway East, show up out there sometime next year, to have that move along.
I'm anxious about it as well.
Move on to item 5B, report on the Business Improvement District project.
As you heard at the July meeting, we put the request for proposals out and didn't get any. I did reach out to Attorney Bowen, who was the attorney at Stevens and Lee, who had worked with us closely attempted to be at the first time in 2017. He did ultimately put together a proposal for legal services. Not really interested or didn't put anything together anyway as far as working on sort of non-legal elements of that request. So I shared that with you, and I'm not sure exactly what to do with it. I do think that the sort of non-legal elements of the RFP that we put together are going to be an important part of making sure that we have a successful attempt at creating the bid. I did just recently become acquainted with North Group Consultants. I don't know if any of you had experience with them or are familiar with them. If they'd be a group that might work with us on something like this, on the non-legal aspects of the RFP, I would certainly reach out to them and find out if that's wish. Other avenues that we ought to be exploring as far as pursuing that creation of the bid.
The only experience I had with them was like in business consulting, how to improve your business or sell your business. I don't know if they've expanded their services into this kind of work or not, but I'm not familiar that they did this.
Yeah, my contact with them is just recently as a member of the board of LEMSA. LEMSA is working on putting together a strategic plan, and they hired the North Group to help them with that. So they're sort of
They have expanded their services.
Yeah, I think based off the responses from Attorney Bowen, the way the RFP is currently drafted has sort of consultant services, which is public outreach and handling that public communication piece. And then there is some attorney services, which is, all right, needs to be compliant, check the legal pieces. I think there's probably benefit to splitting out the legal pieces and either handling them with Stephen DeLears or our solicitor, and then having a consultant just do the PR piece. I think we might get some better responses if we did that. North Group has expanded from what I'm aware. I mean, I haven't worked directly with them, but I know a lot of folks who work there or who have worked with them. So they have significantly expanded their services over the last couple of years. And I think them or a similar type of business, there's a lot of those in Lancaster that do that type of general consulting and trying to bring people together in a common vision. So I think if we redrafted the RFP, we could probably put it out there and get some more bites.
Yeah, I would concur with Ethan. I've had the same experience that Glenn has on business consulting, meaning, how to improve your business or, what areas are needing, family transition type stuff, or I've worked with them, on personal, even, just career development type stuff. The outreach, public outreach, creating the energy behind, an issue or a movement of some sort, or I think Ethan's point, is well taken. Maybe there's just a couple of other firms out in our community who look at this and go, oh, we can't do that legal part. We'd be willing to consider doing this strategic visioning, coalition building kind of outreach. So it's possible to find someone else that steps forward and says, oh, without that legal component, we're there.
Yeah, that we could certainly do that. I think those two pieces at certain points are going to have to work together.
Yeah, sorry. No, Hutch, you're saying, I'm sorry, I interrupted. I would just put that in the RFP that I agree with Ethan and John that separating those two out, but maybe having a line in there that, likely we would have a lawyer part of it. And, the business PR consulting shop would have to work with the other and vice versa in the other RFP.
Go work in that direction.
Any comments on the business project? No new business, no action items. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Meyer, second by Mr. Everly. Any public comment or discussion? Hearing none. Glenn? John?
Aye.
Roger? Corey?
Aye.
Our next meeting is